Charge at arbораxe.com or call Arbor Axe House at 402-802-9696. Arbor Axe House at the corner of N Street and Antelope Valley.
Moms already know. It's the one time all summer where everything comes together. The kids are happy. The food is incredible. And somewhere between the birthing pavilion and the drone show, your whole family is together in a way that's hard to find anymore. It all happens here at the Nebraska State Fair, August 28th through September 7th in Grand Island. Visit statefair.org.
Graham Tire presents life's greatest adventures.
Okay, take the worm, put it on the hook. Now bring your pole back and throw it forward. And just let the fish come to you.
I got a bite! It's a big one, Dad!
Great road trips start with great service. Graham Tire, your tire store next door, with 5 convenient Lincoln locations, getting you to the places that matter most.
You started your business to build something special. Now it's time to grow and protect it. At Pinnacle Bank, our treasury management services help you do just that. Through smarter payment technology, account administration, and fraud protection. So no matter the size of your business, you can get the most out of your financial operations. Request your free consultation at pinbank.com/consult. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be. Member FDIC.
Looking for a fun way to give back? Join us for the 2026 Kicks for Kids Nebraska Fun Run Walk, presented by Pinnacle Bank, on Saturday, August 22nd at James Arthur Vineyard. Enjoy a scenic 5K through beautiful grounds. Every step helps provide shoes to kids in Lincoln and Lancaster County schools, with options for adults, wine included, and kids. Registration fees include a t-shirt, medal, and bag. Sign up today and make a difference at kicksforkidsnebraska.org.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt.
Terrell Farley, defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror, number 43.
And Jake Bockovic. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
Welcome to Bock the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Wednesday, August 5th, 2026. It is Window World Wednesday here on Bock the Blackshirt with two-time national champion Todd Euler. Whoop, whoop. Todd ain't in yet, but we'll get to him a little bit later. Bock, how you doing, Bock?
Oh, not too bad. Feel pretty good. Obviously, fall camp opens up today for Nebraska.
Yeah,
so that means, like, you know, we all these unofficial dates of when football season is officially here. Well, this is another one, but this one's hard to argue against. I mean, they're actually getting started for the 2026 season. So how cool is that? We've waited a long time. We're here. We got plenty of storylines and things going into the season. And man, I just can't wait. What is it? A month from now, Nebraska will be kicking off against Ohio.
Yes, we will, Bock. And just like I said, football is here. The next 6 months, 7, 8 months, Bock, we should be able to, you know, see what Nebraska has to offer us. I mean, first day of camp, shouldn't have any jitters. Should go out there, been just like regular football practice. Go out there, do your plays, get these guys ready, and have these little camp battles that you have.
Yeah. There's going to be some spots open up in the air. Of course, we think we know, who's going to be starting at all these different places, and hopefully they've got a pretty good idea of what they have going into it. But you never know. This is when some moves are made. Then the biggest thing, obviously, with any fall camp is to avoid injury. There's several seasons, obviously, in the past where you lose a key player in the Sometimes due to non-contact drills even, but, just getting out there and colliding helmets and all that sort of stuff. It is football after all. There are injuries that will happen throughout the year, but hopefully Nebraska can avoid the injury bug going into this season. Though I'm told people love to kind of say this is the best roster Matt Rule's had at Nebraska. And if that's the case, I've seen the argument that maybe it's not the top end talent, but it's the depth that's here. So hopefully some more of that depth that we're buying into can help Nebraska throughout the season.
You're right, Buck. It is probably the best talent that he's had on the roster, but how do we fit in the college football world? We'll have to talk about that and see how far we are from other teams. So, 30 days to play. You don't open the season up against teams that you would like to test you, but, you have to play those non-con games. We're going to talk about Indiana non-con games, Bach, because they got a big list of nobodies.
Yeah.
From 27 all the way to 30. Did you get that that JR thing that we had in our folder yesterday?
Yeah, let me grab that. Because Harrison, grabbed that for us. So this is about the Indiana non-con?
Yeah, let's listen to that first.
All right.
Since we're on topics of non-con.
Yeah. Still navigating there, so give me a second here. As we get to yesterday's folder, I have to look remind myself what day it is now. Like we just talked about the 5th, so 1 month away from the game. Here it is. Must have been from the day before.
Yeah, the day before.
Okay.
I didn't talk about it yesterday. It's not in there?
I'm not seeing it. We'll have to move on and talk about it.
We'll check it out later. But Bach, let's go with our quiz for today for you. I always give you some type of quiz. Let's see how good you are, Bach. I have to test your football knowledge just to see how good you are. Bach, who has the oldest stadium in the Big Ten? Even with the new schools we got, it's still part of the Big Ten now. So give me your oldest school, oldest stadium.
Oldest stadium. I know there's been a lot of them that have been around for a long time. Obviously, like the Rose Bowl, like you said, the new ones coming in. The Coliseum. I always think Michigan's has got to be up there. Ooh. I'm going to go. Minnesota's rather new, so that certainly isn't it.
Michigan is 10th.
Michigan is 10th on the new on oldest stadiums?
Yes.
Okay. So that's not it. Obviously, Nebraska's dates back to 1923.
Nebraska's 8th.
8th, okay.
7th.
He's been playing in their stadium for a long time.
Somebody help him out on the text line. What's the oldest stadium in the Big Ten?
I'll go with UCLA. How old's the Rose Bowl?
Yeah. No, Bob.
No, not on there. Okay.
No. I'm trying to help you out, Bob. Oh, let's see. No help yet?
Not seeing any help on the text line.
Yeah.
Rutgers, of course, played football. I don't think unless they've just kept changing that. I don't think Rutgers doesn't look to be that old. Let's go.
Give you a few more minutes, Bob.
Okay.
A few more seconds. 30 seconds, Bob.
Kidding Stadium.
53-17.
Ohio State.
24-09.
Northwestern's is brand new this year, so that won't be it.
Yeah, they 26.
Yeah.
Minnesota's 2009.
Penn State?
Nah, Penn State is 1960.
Yeah, okay.
76-73. Bung, 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 bung. Wisconsin.
Oh, jump around.
1917.
1917. Wow.
1917. Give me your second one, Bob. Come on, let's go with another one, Bob.
Say Illinois can't be too far from that one.
Well, Illinois is the same as Nebraska.
Yeah, 1923. And those are tied for 8th?
Well, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yes, 4 of them tied with 1923.
Okay.
So Nebraska, Illinois, Michigan State, and USC was in 23.
It's like Purdue Stadium old, Ross-Ade Stadium?
Purdue is in 24.
1924?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ohio State's in 22, but it's one before Ohio State.
It's not Michigan. Michigan is Maryland.
1950.
1950. Indiana?
No.
No, not Indiana.
1960.
Washington?
Washington, there you go.
Is it that old?
1920.
I did not know that.
So the oldest Big Ten stadiums from the oldest to the youngest goes Wisconsin 1917, Washington 1920, Ohio State 22, UCLA 22, USC 23, Michigan State 1923, Nebraska 1923, Illinois 1923, Purdue 1924, Michigan 1927, Iowa 1929, Maryland, Maryland's 1950, Penn State 1960, Indiana's 1960, Oregon 1967, Rutgers 1994, Minnesota 2009, and Northwestern 2026.
Wow. I'm really looking forward to that Northwestern Stadium too. It's small, it's compact, but it's going to be they don't have seats for their student section. They don't want them to sit, so they're going to try to make it as rowdy as they can for a Northwestern football game. And
I mean, about 30,000, ain't it?
Yeah, somewhere around there. And they've got, obviously traditionally thinking of Northwestern games with the talent that they've had trouble bringing in, just because of who they are, have been a defensive school over the years at times. And so you're thinking about, trying to get out 17-13, 17-14 wins like that. But with Chip Kelly there, maybe part of the idea is to keep the students up and cheering is an excitable offense. So we'll see that opens up. Will be South Dakota State there on September 5th, and then they'll welcome Colorado in 2 weeks from that. So September 19th will be one of their big games this year. Other home games for them include Penn State October 2nd, Rutgers October 24th. Got Iowa on November 7th, and they close out with Illinois. That'll be a fun one. I think that's the most expensive home game. No, Penn State is. Penn State's the most expensive home game they've got right now, which would be Friday, October 2nd for $326. That is one thing with a smaller stadium is maybe the prices can go up, at least if they're selling them out.
Yeah, it depends. I mean, schools like that like the big teams to come. They like to see the Ohio States and the Indianas come there. So they probably only get 5,000 tickets if that's the case with a smaller stadium like that, Bob.
Yeah. I don't know what it would be. I'll see what the capacity is. I think it is around 30,000, 35,000.
Yeah. So you give them 5,000 to the away team and give the home record 30,000. It's going to be loud in there for them.
I also like that they called the old one Ryan Field and they're calling the new one Ryan Field. No need to change that. Just, get a different stadium called the same thing.
All right, Bone 67. He got that right, Bach, but I think he probably looked it up on the internet because it took everybody so long. Yeah. Big Daddy Travis didn't get it. Chris didn't get it. 2409 didn't get it. 5317 didn't get it. 7673 didn't get it. 5284 didn't get it, and Bone 67 did. All right, Bob, let's move on. 31 days till Nebraska kicks off the 26th season. We do this every day. We go to best 31 in NFL, and then we go to best 31 in Nebraska. Let's start with the NFL. All right, Jamal Lewis, he was 31. Priest Holmes, he was 31. Cam Chancellor from the 12th, he was 31. The best one, not the best one, but who is it? Oh, Dunny Shells. He was a safety from 74 to 87. He was a key part of the Steel Curtain defense, made 51 INTs at strong safety, won 4 Super Bowls, all with the Steelers, Bob.
That's a lot of interceptions, but yeah, Steel Curtain defense, one of the most highly regarded defenses of all time in the NFL.
Now we got Jim Taylor. He also was 31. Bach. He was a fullback from 58 to 67, won the MVP in the NFL in 61. He ran for 1,000 yards 5 straight seasons, Bach, as a fullback in the NFL. That's Jim Taylor.
Bring back the fullback. I got some names too. If you're all up.
Yeah, let's go.
Antonio Cromartie.
Oh, Antonio Cromartie.
Yeah, I think
Chargers.
Is it 31 kids he had? Something like that.
14 or 15.
He had a lot of them, yeah.
He was a good corner for San Diego when he was there. Didn't he start off in San Diego?
I'd have to think. He did jump around a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think you're right. I think he was out there. Al Harris.
Al Harris.
Good safety. Yep.
Yeah.
Packers for a while. Roy Williams.
30 Texas.
Yeah.
Or, no, yeah, Texas.
Yeah. Or was that Oklahoma? Yeah.
Oklahoma.
Texas was that, though, at the one of them had a wide receiver in the same. It gets confusing there. And of course, the Kansas basketball coach that went to North Carolina, also Roy Williams. So that got confusing for a while. But yeah, Roy Williams wore number 31. Cortland Finnegan, when he wasn't getting in fights, was wearing 31. Yep.
Yeah.
David Johnson was a pretty good running back for the Cardinals for a few years.
Short guy.
Yeah.
I remember him.
Raheem Mostert has been pretty good. How about Amir Abdullah wore 31 with the Vikings? Not all throughout his career, but with the Vikings. And Fabian Washington wore 31 with the Ravens. Current best 31 in the league, maybe Kevin Byard, who's now with the Patriots, 3-time first-team All-Pro safety. Antoine Winfield Jr., pretty good player out there with the Bucks. And Xavier Watts, of course, played his high school ball here in Nebraska. Wish they would have got him. Went out to Notre Dame as a wide receiver. Ended up being the defensive player of the year in college football a few years back. 5 interceptions as a rookie with your Falcons. So that was pretty impressive. And then there's Jason Sehorn, who wore number 31.
Yeah.
When he retired, it was one of the only white cornerbacks in the NFL while he was playing.
Now they're making a comeback.
After he retired, it took 20 years for another white quarterback, and then nobody would be surprised. I think the guys that broke the streak were both from Iowa. I think it was
Don't call it a comeback.
Zach Moss, yeah. When I first heard that stat, the thing is, it's like is that a true stat? I mean, it's believable. And so you have to kind of look into it. That's true. Yeah, there just wasn't a whole lot of white cornerbacks or any for like 2 decades after Jason Sehorn left. But again, you've got a couple Iowa guys out there now playing in the league, picking up for them there. But yeah, so that's a good list. A lot of players. When I first thought 31, I was thinking, not a whole lot of names come to mind. Then you start to look at it, you're like, man. A lot of good safeties, cornerbacks.
You have to do a lot of homework on 31 because they're not going to show you the guys who, they only want to show you the top guys. So I was lucky enough to find Cam, Priest Holmes, Jamal Lewis. I was lucky enough to find them because I kept looking down, and down and down.
Look further into it.
I found it. All right, Bob, next we got Nebraska, best 31 of all time. Let's start it off right now. Let's go with Chris Karlovic.
Yes. Used to be on the ticket. Now, if you should follow him because he's just gotten into his coaching career.
He's at the Iowa Wesleyan.
He was at Iowa Western last year. Helped him win a title at linebackers coach. He's now an assistant defensive back coach for the Montana Grizzlies. So he's jumping up in their coaching ranks already.
Ooh, he was a linebacker, wasn't he?
He was a linebacker here, yeah.
Ooh, linebacker coaching DBs now.
Yeah.
Ooh, good job with that. All right, Bob, Colin Miller. Then we have Jarrell Pippins.
Oh yeah.
Jay Sims.
There you go.
And this guy right here, they called this guy Bock the godfather of Omaha Central running back factory, Joe Ordona.
Yeah, and he doesn't get enough credit too. I think he's sometimes a lost name in Nebraska football lore and shouldn't be. He was the leading rusher for the first national title team in 1970. We all remember Jeff Kinney. Of course, he put together some good seasons there, led the team in rushing the next year in 1971 when Nebraska defended that title. But yeah, Joe Ordona, the leading rusher for the first Husker national championship team.
But a lot of players, like you said, a lot of players don't get a lot of recognition. And we tried to do an episode where we try to reminisce on old Huskers we don't hear enough. And when you said that, you know who comes to mind though? Fabian Washington.
Yeah.
He doesn't get a lot of credit. Like you hear a lot about Prince, you hear a lot about Alfonso Denard, Baron Miles, Tyrone Williams, Mike Booker, but we don't hear enough of Fabian Washington. And he was a first rounder.
Yeah, definitely drafted a lot for his speed. Of course, that he ran in the 40 that year, first round. Maybe, and he played 3 years here at Nebraska. Maybe would have gotten more love or legacy had he stayed for his senior season. Of course, that happens for a lot of guys that are good enough to leave early. But yeah, I think he was a 3-time All Big 12 player. Certainly, you kind of think about him little bit with Carricker back there too. I mean, Carricker they crossed over a little bit, but I'm kind of thinking the first round draft picks of that era. You're right though. I mean, he was a heck of a cornerback for Nebraska.
He get drafted to the Raiders, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then played 3 years with the Raiders and 3 years with the Ravens.
Okay.
And again, the Ravens is where he wore number 31.
Okay. Not too bad.
But
Not
every
too
year
bad.
at Nebraska, he had 4 picks in 2002, 4 picks in 2003, and 3 picks in 2004. Double-digit pass deflections as well in each one of those years. Might not lead the nation in interceptions, but that's pretty steady. To be able to expect 4 picks a year. Also, in 2006 with Oakland, got 4 picks there with the Raiders.
Yeah, Bone 67 says that's why Nebraska needs a place to acknowledge the past Huskers. They do, but it's up under the stadium. It's a wall right there that when people ladder, but it's small and stuff though. I think we should have build a building and or get a space and all that big room you got in that new building over there and make it a Husker room, Husker history.
Well, I always thought it would be cool, and I don't know, you could probably even do it with stickers, and they'd peel off and stuff like that when you get into it. But at least those stadium seats where you have chair backs, I would honor a Husker in each one of them. I think it'd be really cool to sit down and be like, oh, whose seat do I have this week?
They did have the Heisman room. You remember that?
Oh, the Heisman room was beautiful. That was
with
awesome.
Johnny Rogers and all the Heisman winners.
Yeah.
That was a nice room, but us as fellow Huskers, we still want to know our brothers. We still want to know the guys like Tony Davis, rest in peace to him. Coach Darlington, rest in peace to him. We need guys like that to be remembered forever, not just for the time they was here, and what all they did for Husker football. So a lot of people, I mean, including me, Bock, I would like to see a nice room donated for Husker history, and put the young bucks in there and let them sit down there through a 5-hour film and let them see what. And this is how you know what Nebraska football is, Bob. Instead of coming here for money, come here for the knowledge of Nebraska. It's all good to pay you, but if you're only going to be here a year, you need to know something about Nebraska before you even sign here. Most of the time, I think.
What percentage of your teammates do you think back in the day? And obviously, again, it's a different day. Nebraska was coming off a national title when you committed. How many of them were interested in like the history of Nebraska football, or like just like a percentage, or like football fans in general?
Thing, Bob, when I got here, and we was in not study hall one day, but we was being loud at the lunchroom, and some guy came over and told us to be quiet. And I was like, who is that guy? They was like, oh, man, that's Johnny Rogers. So, I knew who Johnny Rogers was back when I was in school.
Yeah.
So, I'm asking these guys, do they know even – I want to go to their practice probably, Bock, after practice, and ask these guys, do you know such and such? Do you know your Nebraska history? Everybody, don't talk to me about Sue or talk to me about Tommy Frazier. Give me some more guys that you know that played for Nebraska instead of just 2 people.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool. And you always got a thought too, if you had enough time, just have a class for them. Like you said, maybe a 5-hour documentary or something, just to kind of catch up on what they're playing for, what who came before them, and what kind of the experience has been.
And what that N on their helmet stands for, Bock.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not knowledge. You know what I'm saying? It's called Nebraska, baby. All right, Bock, let's go to break. And when we come back, we'll talk about the first day of fall camp, and we will talk about some of the camp battles that are going on, like backup quarterback. We'll talk about the linebacker room. We'll talk about the running back battles, DN battles, and the last cornerback spot here on 93.7 The Ticket. Bock in the Black Shirt. We'll be right back.
At Schwezo Construction, safety isn't just a policy, it's a promise. Build with us. Work safe, go home proud. We're hiring skilled craftsmen, laborers, concrete workers, and steel erectors who value quality work and a team that has your back, on and off the job site. If you're ready to be part of a company where your safety and success come first, visit Schwezo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com and apply today. Schwezo Construction, 40 years strong and still building the future.
Building a new home can be a challenge, a lot of big choices. With our Remington homes, we have designed 15 different floor plans that appeal to a wide range of people.
Bob Benish of Aspen Builders, talking about Remington Homes, which makes the home building process easier.
People really enjoy being able to go to our website, which is remingtonlincoln.com, pick a plan, pick a price point, go through and build it yourself. You have a lot of options, whether you want granite, painted trim, wood floors, more stone, all options with our Remington homes. People do not want to be married to their house payment. You're able to get what you really want in a home for a great price with very limited stress. And that's what Remington homes are all about.
Home building is easier with a Remington home from Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at remingtonlincoln.com. remingtonlincoln.com.
New from Arbor Axe House comes Benny's Battle Barge, the mobile axe throwing adventure. Perfect for festivals, parties, fundraisers, and celebrations. Charter the barge at arboraxe.com or call Arbor Axe House at 402-802-9696. Arbor Axe House at the corner of N Street and Antelope Valley.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Hello, I'm Steve Sipple, co-host of Early Break, weekday mornings from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. And my favorite thing to do, see, or go to in downtown Lincoln is probably O'Rourke's. It's not like I go there that often, but when I do, it takes me back to my college years. It's always been a very chill bar. Seems like they play good music, just a good vibe in there. And I look forward to my next trip into that bar.
This message is brought to you by the Downtown Lincoln Association and 93.7 The Ticket.
Graham Tire presents life's greatest adventures.
Okay, take the worm, put it on the hook. Now bring your pole back and throw it forward. And just let the fish come to you.
I got a bite! I got a bite! It's a big one, Dad!
Great road trips start with great service. Graham Tire, your tire store next door, with 5 convenient Lincoln locations, getting you to the places that matter most.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mixed Concrete in Lincoln and Palmyra. Ready Mixed offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they cover the cost of CDL training. Apply with Ready Mixed Concrete today to be eligible for a $2,500 hiring bonus. From Nebco's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today with Ready Mixed Concrete. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Sometimes good people make mistakes. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court and protect your freedom to get you the best possible outcome and the justice you deserve. Trust your freedom to Liberty Law Group, the best criminal attorneys in Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
There once was a man from Nebraska who went searching for food in Alaska. When his stomach was rumbling while laying in bed, he could think of only one option, Führer's cheese spread. So he left it once and drove day and night to return back home for cheese spread delight. Now his stomach is full and the voice in his head tells him no more vacations without Führer's cheese spread. Find yours today at most local grocers.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill. Open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Bock and the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We are powered
by
Bauer
Infrastructure,
Bauer
Underground,
Brad.
Excavating.
Shout out to the Bauer crews working hard throughout the Lincoln and Omaha area. All right, Bock. Chris Raff black shirt list is getting shorter and shorter and shorter. His black shirt mania is 64 of the best black shirts at Nebraska, Bock, and we got like 4 guys from the ticket still in it. Well, 3 after today.
Uh-oh.
Because Jay Foreman's going down. I mean, it's nothing I could do. I voted for Jay, but when you go against somebody like Levante David, it's hard to beat.
It's going to be tough.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, especially with the younger crowd on the internet more than the older guys.
I say Jay can always go back to, hey, count those national titles. We'll see who wins.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if we was going by national titles,
Yeah.
Jay Foreman would probably be the undisputed champion. Him and Grant and Jason Peters. But Jason Peters is going against, I think he's winning it. I think Grant Wistrom is still in it. And I'm leading Trev Alberts right now. Thank you for helping me beat Trev. I didn't want to dog his name out to beat him, Bach, but I didn't have to.
So you didn't have to, right?
I didn't have to. But I'll be going on to the what is called the Elite 8.
There you go.
I was in the Sweet 16, but now I'll make it to the Elite 8, Bach.
Yeah, got some good matchups. Rich Glover and Prince of Mukamara.
Yeah.
Another one, like you said, Jay Foreman and Levante David. Get yourself and Trev Alberts in there. Neil Smith and Jason Peter. It's a heck of a battle.
That's a battle right there. What they like, Bob?
Let me vote for one real quick. Jason Peters up 54% and Neil Smith at 46%.
Okay, that's real tight.
Yeah.
That's a real close one.
I'll see where Rich Glover and Mukamara is at. So Glover's at 76%. Mukamara is 24%. Levante Davis at 71% compared to Jay Foreman's 29%. You're at 74% compared to Trev Albert's 26%.
Okay.
I don't know where Grant's at. Where's Grant?
They probably on the other side.
He does, different times when he's doing it.
Yeah, so it's different. All right, Bach, fall camp opened up today, Bach. What we want to do, Bach, is that we want to try to talk about some of the battles that's going on in this camp. And let's start, Bach, with the backup quarterback battle. We have Daniel Kalen and TJ Lateef, who was the starter the last 3 or 4 games last year. Daniel Kalen is making his return to the state of Nebraska after going to Virginia and transferred out of here. Brody Soko, he's a red shirt sophomore. I don't know how much he's a red shirt. He's a sophomore red shirt, but let's talk about TJ Lateef. If not for Anthony Calandro, TJ Lateef probably would be your starter. Did an okay job, Bach, the last 4 games of the season. Played more better at UCLA than any other game I seen. You can go from the Penn State game to the bowl game. That wasn't great games for him, but he has a lot of talent. You still got a 5-star quarterback coming next year, but if TJ keeps working harder, he'll be a 2-year starter here at Nebraska if Calandra leaves this year.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't go that far. I mean, I think he definitely has the possibility to do so, and it just, as you kind of look along that timeline, like you're saying, maybe it would play out that way. But it is, you just got to be able to rise up to the occasion and show what you can do, and certainly he did that, especially early non-con. Remember the Akron Houston Christian games? He's like 11-12 with.
We had something.
We were pretty excited about that. And then, like you said, coming in at the end of the season, what you would expect, especially for a banged up true freshman, because he was banged up by the end of it, is he had some flashes and he had some moments maybe where he could have helped the offense move a little bit better. You look at his performances, obviously, the 28 points the offense put up against UCLA. A lot of that was Emmett Johnson, but 13 of 15 for 205 yards and 3 touchdowns. Again, like you said, I really thought we kind of had something there. Didn't do a whole lot, didn't help Nebraska by joining, once Dylan went out in the USC game, but really rebound with that UCLA game. So there was a lot of excitement. The Penn State game, then, week came around and it died down a little bit from there. 21 of 37 against Penn State, 187 yards, more of that kind of dink and dunk offense. Didn't get things going a whole lot there. But again, throughout his time, I think it was late in that game, was able to rush for a touchdown, ran for another touchdown against Utah at a certain point. So, and to me, he looked what you would expect of, again, a banged up freshman to look like at times out there. Didn't take the world by storm, which, sometimes at least you get the opportunity. We've seen that happen in college football before, but did serve a serviceable job. And I think if you have to miss any time from Calander this year, you feel good about Latif going in there. And I do think he'll probably at least have the opportunity, the best opportunity to win that top backup job. Like you're saying, though, Daniel Kalen is there to push him. He had some time playing last year himself.
Yeah, he had a great time in Virginia where he was at. I did see him play a little bit. Virginia did have a nice little squad there. They upset somebody at the end, didn't they, Bob? Didn't they win the SC?
Well, Virginia was pretty darn good.
Yeah, did they win the ACC thing?
They fell to Duke. Remember, Duke won that game. But yeah, I mean, playing for a good team, like you said, in Virginia, a lot of it was kind of backup experience, I should say, coming in for in games that they had won. But he did, I think, start or at least play heavily. I believe he started against Wake Forest. That was a game, unfortunately, that they did lose 16-9. But he was 18 of 28, 145 yards in that game. Again, similar type of deal. Maybe didn't blow off the doors with his opportunity, but at least got some experience there. And so we'll see him. And obviously, a guy like DeMarcus Lawrence in basketball circles was at Nebraska, left Nebraska, now came back, and he had to do so with the feeling that he could make some moves here. So we'll see. A little bit less fleet of foot than the other guys. So the offense would be a little bit interesting to see how that would kind of change if he gets in. But yeah, I mean, again, that's why a lot of people like this quarterback room is there's at least experienced players there that had started some balls. So at least the moment if it comes, won't be too big for him.
You're right, Bob. All right, Bob, next on my chart is, let's talk about the running back battle, Bob. We're going to talk to this one till we break and we'll come back. But, Bob, when you talk about running back, and here's some of the guys. I'm just going to name them first. Connor Booth, Quinn Ives, Jamal Rule, Isaiah Mosey, and Makai Nelson. And now you throw a guy in there. What's that other guy name? Tiki, what was it?
Tiki Hayes, yeah.
Tiki Hayes. So you're looking at probably 6 guys back there. And it's going to be probably running back by committee for a minute, Bob. But if you look at it, you got Makai Nelson, the sophomore, expected to factor heavily into the rotation after receiving clearance to play following his trouble down in Florida. You got former wide receiver Isaiah Mosey, who transitioned to running back, offering a tough style of running. Jamal Rule, physical development, true freshman, praise for his vision in between the tackles run. Then you got Quinn Ives and Connor Booth. Quinn Ives really is supposed to be the starter if he took advantage of this situation, Bob. Guy who's been here 2 years. You've seen him in the bowl game the year before when we played Boston College. He had a good game. Emmett comes back, shuts everybody out. You would have thought Quinn Ives would have moved up to number 2, but he didn't. So now he's stuck probably in the 2, 3, or 4 spot. We have to wait till the season gets started. But then you got Connor Booth, Mr. Everything from the state of Nebraska, who broke a lot of records. Just a thick room. And then Tiki Hayes, like you said, a guy who came out of nowhere. I don't know if they call him ghost roster guys. Well, he came from JUCO, but I don't know. I thought if you sign with a JUCO, you got to stay with him. So I don't know how that goes.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird situation to bring him over there. But he, in one way or the other, he's on the roster for Nebraska. Of course, at Penn State last year, it was just a few months there in JUCO. So, but kind of strange that he wasn't picked up. I think with there are a lot of people asking for, in the last couple seasons, maybe to go out there and pick up a running back in the transfer portal. And so eventually maybe getting your wrist and Tiki Hayes there, getting your wish, I should say, and Tiki Hayes there. But yeah, I mean, I feel good about Nebraska. Like, sometimes you don't, you look at returning production. Certainly you're not going to have that as much because Emmett Johnson took away, a lion's share of the carries by a big margin there. But with the flashes that we've seen, I think that, some of these guys can make an impact. Mosey, like you said, even out of the backfield, had a couple big runs last year. Mekhi Nelson, of course, we know about his speed in the Utah game. But it's about putting it all together. When you see flashes from young running backs, it's like, okay, well, what's preventing them from being on the field? Sometimes it is just that opportunity with Emmett Johnson in front of him. Sometimes it's okay, he's good here, but his pass protection needs some work. Or, we kind of like him when he gets out on the edge, but he's not hitting the holes as well. Whatever the case may be, somebody hopefully puts it all together. What's interesting about this room, though, too, is, they liked what they saw from Quentin Ives, specifically in the bowl game against Utah and short yardage stuff. He kind of looked to lose some weight this offseason. He is no longer, when you kind of think of big back, there are 4 different running backs listed at his weight, and there's only 6 running backs, like you said. So he's listed at 215 pounds. He looked to kind of trim down, become an overall back. Connor Booth, Isaiah Mosey, and Jamal Rule also listed at 215. Of course, he does still have that length. So if you're looking at, a short yardage package, still might be him. But I know he was trying to kind of break that cycle to be a little bit more than that. But he comes in at 6'3", 215. Maybe he can lean forward a little bit more than those other guys on the short yardage situations. I still feel like Mekhi Nelson's the man to beat. I mean, after all, he was the guy they went with in the bowl game, and he didn't show me anything there that would make me think, okay, you need to take that away from him. And again, he's just got the speed. I mean, it was Dana Holgorsen that said, on his carry that, Emmett Johnson might not have scored on that run. And again, Emmett Johnson's going to be making plays in the NFL, but it is just that specific thing is speed. Mekhi Nelson, if you can get him a hole he can run, can he develop into kind of more than just, a speed back is what we're waiting to see. And then there was some pretty darn good praise. I think Ja'Cory Barney had some nice things to say about Jamal Rule, who we saw get a lot of action in the spring, and was labeled as their best runner, even just coming from high school, from Dana Holgorsen. So I think, to me, if I'm reading the situation, I think Mekhi Nelson and Jamal Rule and Isaiah Mosey are probably the kind of top names to look in here, with Quentin Ives and Tiki Hayes kind of being, guys that are fighting for a position. You don't hear a whole lot about Connor Booth, even when the coaches speak. So he might be still a spot behind those guys. But we'll have to wait and see. Like you said, the starter or the leading carrier for the game against Ohio might not be the same by the time you get to Michigan State. So it'll be something to kind of watch and will develop as it goes on. But I think there's enough talent in that room to feel like the running game's not going to hold you back.
All right, Bock, let's go to break. And when we come back, we'll break down the linebacker room. We'll talk about the challenges and all the guys they got back there, and we can see who can crack the 2-deep lineup back there for Rob R's new 4-2-5 defense. 93.7 The Ticket. Bock and the Black Shirt will be right back.
Hey, Jake, you know what I love almost as much as the Big Red?
Big scores on the field?
Good guess, but nope.
Big spikes on the court?
Love those too, but I'm thinking food. Like those big, budget-friendly portions you find at Buzzard Billy's.
Now you're talking. I love Buzzard Billy's. I love the shrimp po' boys and the blackened chicken.
You almost always find me enjoying gumbo.
Big plays, big scores, big wins, Big Red. Yep, love them all, especially
those big portions that are budget-friendly. Only at Buzzard Billy's, A-Market.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Did you know 1 in 5 Nebraskans have unclaimed property? This includes dormant bank accounts, uncashed checks, and more. Last year, Nebraska returned nearly $20 million to owners, but there's still unclaimed property in all 93 counties. Visit nebraskalostcash.gov. Search your name or business's name. It's free, easy, and secure. nebraskalostcash.gov. Sponsored by the Nebraska State Treasurer's Office. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Sometimes good people make mistakes. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court and protect your freedom to get you the best possible outcome and the justice you deserve. Trust your freedom to Liberty Law Group, the best criminal attorneys in Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
Hello, I'm Steve Sipple, co-host of Early Break, weekday mornings from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. And my favorite thing to do, see, or go to in downtown Lincoln is probably O'Rourke's. It's not like I go there that often, but when I do, it takes me back to my college years. It's always been a very chill bar. Seems like they play good music, just a good vibe in there. And I look forward to my next trip into that bar.
This message is brought to you by the Downtown Lincoln Association and 93.7 The Ticket.
Looking for a fun way to give back? Join us for the 2026 Kicks for Kids Nebraska Fun Run Walk, presented by Pinnacle Bank, on Saturday, August 22nd at James Arthur Vineyard. Enjoy a scenic 5K through beautiful grounds. Every step helps provide shoes to kids in Lincoln and Lancaster County schools, with options for adults, wine included, and kids. Registration fees include a t-shirt, medal, and bag. Sign up today and make a difference at kicksforkidsnebraska.org.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. It's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear that you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Building a new home can be a challenge, a lot of big choices. With our Remington homes, we have designed 15 different floor plans that appeal to a wide range of people.
Bob Benish of Aspen Builders, talking about Remington Homes, which makes the home building process easier.
People really enjoy being able to go to our website, which is remingtonlincoln.com, pick a plan, pick a price point, go through and build it yourself. You have a lot of options, whether you want granite, painted trim, wood floors, more stone, all options with our Remington homes. People do not want to be married to their house payment. You're able to get what you really want in a home for a great price with very limited stress. And that's what Remington homes are all about.
Home building is easier with a Remington home from Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at remingtonlincoln.com. remingtonlincoln.com.
For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
Is there anything worse than paying for something that's done half-assed? You buy something, you want it to work, especially when it comes to your internet. When you're trying to stream a movie, work from home, or shop online, half-assed internet doesn't get it done. At Allo Fiber, we don't do anything half-assed. We offer 100% real fiber and real human support that serves the community from the community. So while others may say they have fiber, in the end, there's half-fast fiber, and then there's Allo Fiber. Allo Fiber, internet built for you.
Graham Tire presents life's greatest adventures.
Okay, take the worm, put it on the hook. Now bring your pole back and throw it forward. And just let the fish come to you.
I got a bite! It's a big one, Dad!
Great road trips start with great service. Graham Tire, your tire store next door, with 5 convenient Lincoln locations, getting you to the places that matter most.
There once was a man from Nebraska who went searching for food in Alaska. When his stomach was rumbling while laying in bed, he could think of only one option, Führer's cheese spread. So he left it once and drove day and night to return back home for cheese spread delight. Now his stomach is full and the voice in his head tells him no more vacations without Führer's cheese spread. Find yours today at most local grocers.
New from Arbor Axe House comes Benny's Battle Barge, the mobile axe throwing adventure. Perfect for festivals, parties, fundraisers, and celebrations. Charter the barge at arboraxe.com or call Arbor Axe House at 402-802-9696. Arbor Axe House at the corner of N Street and Antelope Valley.
You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Bock the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We're on Monday through Friday from 2 to 4. All right, Jake Bockerman, we're on the linebackers room right now. We are going through some of the top first day of football camp is started, and we're going to talk about some of the camp battles. We have did running back, and we have did backup quarterbacks, and now we are going to the linebacker room, Bock. And when you talk about this linebacker room, I think we got 6 to 7 pretty good linebackers, Bock, when we talk about it, probably 8. But let's talk about some of the guys that proven production and instincts from SDSU is Owen Chambliss. Then we got a guy, Vincent Shavers Jr. Then we have a guy called Dawson Merritt. Dexter Foster is one of the guys that's really turned heads in this camp. Then we have Will Hawthorne from Iowa State that transferred with good developmental upside. And then you got Dylan Rogers, versatile academic all Big Ten contributor. But when you talk about who comes out first for this group, you could go a lot of ways with this group when you talk about the depth that they have. I would predict probably Owen Chambliss and Dexter Foster or Vincent Shavers. One of them three will be on the field when the game first starts. When you look at a guy like Dawson Merritt, we want to see him. We talk about a hybrid type guy who probably can be a great third down guy when you talk about coming in with Vincent Shavers on third down. That would be a good fit right there because one, you got a blitzer, and two, you got two guys who can cover. When you talk about run support, you talk about Dexter Foster and Owen Chambliss, who I would probably like to see start to be those run-stopping guys, those first and second down guys that really know what they're doing out there. And also you got Will Hawthorne, who's a Iowa State transfer who didn't play but still has a lot of upside. Then you got, like I said, Dawson Merritt.
Yeah, there's definitely opportunity in there for some of those younger guys, especially Dawson Merritt and Kristen Jones. You think about them coming in the same class and how high up they were, highly regarded they were coming into Nebraska. You hope that they're able to kind of take that next step and get on the field more. But this was a position that they identified. Hey, we might need some help. We might need to bring in some guys with some experience, and so they went out and got, like you said, Owen Chambliss and Dexter Foster to kind of to be the ones that come in and help. And they're kind of your bigger linebackers. Over 230 pounds. We'll see what they can do. And Chambliss obviously brings in the knowledge as well, coming from Rob Arch's defense at San Diego State. Over 100 tackles this past year, 4 sacks, all Mountain West. How does that translate to the Big Ten? We'll see. But at least a guy that's been out there making plays in college football in the last couple of years. Foster coming off that injury, Dexter Foster, like you said, I mean, he did pretty well at Oregon State himself too, was leading them in tackles before an injury hurt him. So you bring in a couple guys to kind of help maybe where they lacked experience, and that's where Nebraska is. Without those guys, would have been a big kind of question mark, this linebacker unit. Obviously, like I said, Vincent Shavers is in there. Maybe didn't have quite the sophomore year as he would have wanted coming off his freshman year. Looked pretty darn good there. Still among Nebraska linebackers, was second in tackles last year with 61 of them. And I remember specifically kind of making a play in that Cincinnati game, but dealt with injuries throughout the remainder of the season. So a little bit of injury history, I suppose, there with Dexter Foster and Vincent Savers. So you want to keep your top guys healthy. I like the potential of the guys behind him. I like some of their high school accolades. I like some of the other guys that have, some of the other names that might factor into it. But in my mind, this is a group that's just going to have to avoid the injury bug. And again, they've had a few of them. Maybe the next guy up can step in and make a name for himself. But that's one position when you talk about depth. Some people point to it and say there's a lot of depth, and I say there's a lot of potential there. But among their top three guys, I think you feel, like you said, really good about Dawson Merritt, Owen Chanlis, and Dexter Foster going in.
All right, Bock, let's go to our break. And when we come back, we'll start with the defensive ends and cornerbacks. Those are the last two spots we have for our camp battles, but we will talk about that when we come back up next with Bock the Blackshirt. Stay tuned for hour number 2.
Husker fans know a strong game plan makes all the difference, no matter where they cheer from. The dedication fans bring every season is the same dedication that builds long-term financial success. That's why Emeritus connects fans across the country with financial professionals who can help them plan, prepare, and move toward their goals. As a proud partner of Husker Athletics, Emeritus supports fans in every corner of the country because great fans deserve a great future. Emeritus, fulfilling life, fueled by Husker pride. Go to emeritus.com/HuskerWealth for more information.
Moms already know. It's the one time all summer where everything comes together. The kids are happy. The food is incredible. And somewhere between the birthing pavilion and the drone show, your whole family is together in a way that's hard to find anymore. It all happens here at the Nebraska State Fair, August 28th through September 7th in Grand Island. Visit statefair.org.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
You started your business to build something special. Now it's time to grow and protect it. At Pinnacle Bank, our treasury management services help you do just that. Through smarter payment technology, account administration, and fraud protection. So no matter the size of your business, you can get the most out of your financial operations. Request your free consultation at pinbank.com/consult. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be. Member FDIC.
Salt Mine City is your go-to brewery in the Haymarket for craft beers and great food. Enjoy a full menu of great items daily for lunch and dinner, like their big fatty 7-ounce hamburger or a Reuben sandwich served on Blackstone rye bread. And don't forget their beef or chicken nachos with guacamole, sour cream, jalapenos, and more. Wash it down with one of their 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager. Salt Mine City, now open 2 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 11 a.m. Friday through Sunday at 8th and R.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Is there anything worse than paying for something that's done half-assed? You buy something, you want it to work, especially when it comes to your internet. When you're trying to stream a movie, work from home, or shop online, half-assed internet doesn't get it done. At Allo Fiber, we don't do anything half-assed. We offer 100% real fiber and real human support that serves the community from the community. So while others may say they have fiber, in the end, there's half-fast fiber, and then there's Allo Fiber. Allo Fiber, internet built for you.
Do you ever feel okay in your current job and profession, but wonder if there's a better company that can offer more? Vision Mechanical is now hiring for journeyman plumbers and HVAC service technicians. Vision Mechanical offers top-of-the-industry wages, 100% paid health, disability, and life insurance, 401k with employee match, and paid holidays and vacation. Vision Mechanical believes in craftsmanship, teamwork, and building a better future, one project at a time. Apply today or learn more at visionmechanical.net or email Ron at vmech.net.
Did you know 1 in 5 Nebraskans have unclaimed property? This includes dormant bank accounts, uncashed checks, and more. Last year, Nebraska returned nearly $20 million to owners, but there's still unclaimed property in all 93 counties. Visit nebraskalostcash.gov. Search your name or business's name. It's free, easy, and secure. nebraskalostcash.gov. Sponsored by the Nebraska State Treasurer's Office. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hey, Jake, you know what I love almost as much as the Big Red? Big scores on the field? Good guess, but nope. Big spikes on the court? Love those too, but I'm thinking food. Like those big, budget-friendly portions you find at Buzzard Billy's.
Now you're talking. I love Buzzard Billy's. I love the shrimp po' boys and the blackened chicken.
You almost always find me enjoying gumbo.
Big plays, big scores, big wins, Big Red. Yep, love them all, especially
those big portions that are budget-friendly. Only at Buzzard Billy's, A-Market.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mixed Concrete in Lincoln and Palmyra. Ready Mixed offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they cover the cost of CDL training. Apply with Ready Mixed Concrete today to be eligible for a $2,500 hiring bonus. From Nebco's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today with Ready Mixed Concrete. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt.
Terrell Farley. Defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror. Number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
Welcome back to Bock and the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Win the World Wednesday with two-time national champion Todd Euler. Whoop, whoop. Euler will be in a little bit later. Marcus Loveland on YouTube box says, looking for Shavers to be really good. Not being able to use his hands last year was tough. Yeah, I think that was the toughest part. And I think Shavers could slim down just probably 5 to 10 more pounds. You know, when the guy, like, I know that he's a great linebacker because, you know, I talked to his father probably a couple of times last year, and I thought the kid was great. But when, you know, he has a body frame and a height, and probably my height, Bob, and I don't think him weighing 225, 230 is good for him because then you lose a little bit of your speed. I mean, he's still a good running back. I mean, good linebacker, but at the same time, he needs to be comfortable in his body and being able to run a lot. And I think wearing that 225, 230 kind of hurt him.
Well, it is always interesting to kind of look at the weights that they put on and all that and to see, you know, what's going to help him out. I was specifically kind of interested in Owen Chambliss coming over from San Diego State now has added some weight. He's
35 pounds, they say.
It could be a lot of weight, right?
Yeah, I mean, they say he came in played at 205 last year at San Diego State, and now he's up to 240. He might not be, I'm not going to say he's not, Bach, but I'm just going to say that's a lot of weight to pick up, and we're going to see how this goes with him.
Yeah, and I don't know. Again, weights can fluctuate throughout the year too. San Diego State had him listed at 230, but you're right. I mean, I did hear it was quite a bit. So now listed at 240. I believe that's the biggest among the linebackers, along with Dylan Rogers there. So we'll have to see. Again, a lot is going to be expected of him to help lead this. But to your point, Vincent Shavers too. I mean, again, just flashed so much, and I thought looked good in that Cincinnati game. And again, still, when I don't want to like make it sound like he was, just didn't live up to expectations whatsoever last year. Again, was one of the leading tacklers on the team. But without a cast kind of over his arm, what you kind of want to see, or over his hand, is some playmaking out of these guys. You don't have how many tackles for loss did Nebraska have, or pass deflections, interception, forced fumbles, all that sort of stuff. Hopefully this linebacker unit can do that. And then, of course, the other thing too is we buried the defensive line for the running game last year, the defensive rush defense. Linebackers are a big part of that, especially filling up those holes and getting to contain and all that sort of stuff. So it is going to be a big year for the linebacker unit. And they're going to rely on some of these guys, and I think all three of them, when you go between Shavers, Chambliss, and Foster, again, are proven and have flashed to be, more than just kind of proven. So there's some high upside there.
Yeah, a lot of upside, Bock, for that. Like I said, this is still a great group just with those three guys, and the other three guys are younger. So you have to work on those younger guys. Maybe they can get in on kickoff, do a little kickoff return, punt team, and be able to get on the field for special teams. Bock, let's go to cornerback room. And this cornerback room is led by Andrew Marshall, man. He transferred last year. I think he was from Montana or something.
Idaho, yeah.
Idaho. So he came in and did what he was supposed to do, and he held that side down opposite of the other kid last year. Now we got two guys fighting for the starter role, Bock. You got three guys, really. You got Jeremiah Charles from last year who played a lot, and then you got five-star defensive back, cornerback Danny Odom, and then you got Victor Evans III, Bock. So you're looking at Jeremiah Charles, who returned with a lot of experience, will be competing with Danny Odom, a highly touted first-year player expected to break out and challenge for immediate snaps. Victor Evans, talented defensive back, pushing into the rotation during fall camp. You're going to need one of those guys to be your third corner out there, and you're going to need some guys, when they get real long distance, you could probably fill one of those guys in at a linebacker spot just for Hail Marys and stuff like that. But, I feel kind of comfortable with this defensive back crew. It might be better than last year, so we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. I mean, remember, there's still like a Bly Hill. Remember when he got injured, before last year's the spring game 2 years ago. He's still here.
What?
So, maybe you get some movement out of there. It's been kind of interesting to see where they kind of land on Donovan Jones, where they're going to put him. He's been a pretty good weapon and has been developing in his own right. Of course, had an interception in the bowl game as well. So that'll be kind of exciting. It feels like it's kind of now or never for Jeremiah Charles, right? He's been in that room, but now there's an opening there to see if he can jump in. Amari Sanders, another name maybe to consider there. Obviously Victor Evans they brought in from the transfer portal. So there's going to be some mixture there. The interesting thing for me too, and they brought Andrew Marshall to the media days. Obviously they feel good about him. He progressed along the year last year too. I mean, he at the beginning of the year, he's kind of, hey, okay, this is the new guy from Idaho. Let's test him out. And I thought he'd progress well. But the next question is, you're going to have to progress to that next level of being the number one cornerback, right? And especially in a year where you're going to go up against Dante Moore and Julian Sayin, Jeremiah Smith, lining up opposite him. Can he kind of take his game to that next level? Hopefully Nebraska is able to rely on him to do so. But, as we look at these open camp battles, that other spot, that's what I'm interested in. Maybe more so, obviously running back's gonna when we already talked about running back's gonna kind of be the main focus. But the cornerback spot opposite of Andrew Marshall seems open so an opportunistic player can have a pretty good camp and maybe jump into that conversation. And then, like you mentioned, a 5-star in Danny Odom. Is he ready to go right away? Is he going to contribute this year at all? Is it going to take, a few games to kind of get it going before he can insert himself? He's going to be a riser. He's going to be fun to watch. And hopefully, and I do believe he will make an impact this year, whether it be as starter or elsewise. But, then they've got some other pieces just, in the safety room that maybe could kind of swing around again. With Donovan Jones maybe being that nickel back for him. Mario Buford, we've seen them do under this staff, and of course, I suppose new defensive coordinator, but under Matt Rule, we've seen some guys be moved around from corner to safety and that sort of thing. So, their goal is hopefully going to be able to get the best 5 out there, I suppose, in the secondary.
You're right, Bach. Let's go to the next room, Bach, that we talking about camp battles. Let's go to the edge position. This is Roy Manning and the other defensive coach that they brought in. Talented group, just don't know where to start at. I mean, I'm a William the Wheelie fan. I think he has a high upside. He is talented more than probably anybody out there. He has the biggest body. He reminds me of a Randy Gregory type player, but has to get that fire into him. And I hope they worked on a lot of his technique, his hand speed, his foot speed, getting off blocks, and he could be the one, Bach. But then you got Cam Linhart, who's proven that he's been here for 3 years. He's going on his 4th year. Didn't have the sophomore or the junior year that I thought he wanted to have, but maybe he can make it up his senior year. Then you got Willis McGahee, who moved from the linebacker spot down to the edge rush. I've seen him all summer. He looked like he's packing a good punch. Did gain some weight, did get his body chiseled up. That's the part I like about that when I seen him, is that he put the work in the weight room. Then we got Anthony Jones, who's a 6-year transfer, bringing a lot of depth and experience. 5 schools, and this is 5th school, so maybe this is the last one he'll be able to get to, but he has a lot of experience to help us a lot. Then you got Cade Petchett, then you got Mark Markway, Jordan Ochua, and Connor Conley providing depth in a good rotational group right there.
Yeah, no, I do. I like the names, and I do feel like you've got some pretty good depth here. At least you feel like, again, the floor of this room is not going to fall out from underneath them. But again, they've got to do their part as part of this 4-man front to obviously do what they need to do in the rushing game to help the rush defense. But also, this is somebody's got to be able to get to the quarterback at a higher level. As we know, Nebraska, 22 sacks last year. Not necessarily one of the better rushing the passing teams. And it was by group, and sometimes that's fine. If you can kind of get to a bigger number, then it's tougher to kind of key in on folks. But there wasn't one player outside of Javen Wright last year, who's obviously moved on in the linebacker room, to have more than 3 sacks. You need somebody to kind of step up there. Williams Nwaneri, as we know, former 5-star, maybe among those to believe that they could get to the quarterback a little bit more this year. I really like the flashes we saw from Cade Petchett. I'm really high on him. Cam Linhart is a guy that maybe you would say had been waiting around a while for him to kind of develop, and hopefully he hits his stride. Was at Big Ten Media Day. At the press conference the other day. And he always, he has, since he stepped on campus, looks very mature and ready to roll. But between him, Nwaneri, and Petchett, I think you feel pretty good about the battle there. Obviously, 2 of them can start, but a little bit of the rotation there. And then you mentioned Anthony Jones, Willis McGahee. Jordan Cho was the guy that was getting a lot of preseason hype, maybe going into last year. I'd redshirted the previous year, thought that maybe you could get more out of him. Willis McGahee did redshirt last year, so between them two, maybe you can kind of get that spark and get it going. But yeah, they're going to need to get to the quarterback a little bit more. I think a lot of people think if this defense and this, if this team's going to live up to the hopes that we have for him, Williams Nwaneri is going to have to be that guy. And, I certainly think that could be, is probably a true statement. He had that touchdown on the fumble return that he had in early in non-con last year. Kind of started to, I would say kind of
chisel off.
Yeah. You didn't notice him as much as the season kind of went on. So again, some flashes from those guys. We need every day, every snap type of play from them. And here we are. But I do think this is a room with some pretty good depth.
All right, Bach, that'll do it for our count battles. I got something funny, Bach. You ready for it?
I'm ready.
Let's go. Big Ten coaches as dog breeds.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Brett Bielema. They say he is a English bulldog built low to the ground and impossible to move with no real interest in cardio.
I like that. I don't know if he snorts as much as those bulldogs or kind of clean out, those wrinkles they have. You have to clean that out.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of maintenance with bulldogs. I don't know if there's a lot of maintenance with Brett Bielema, but I see some of the other resemblance. I get it.
All right, Kurt Signetti, he would be a Doberman pincher, sharp, intense, and staring at you like he already knows how this is going to end.
I think that's probably pretty fair.
All right, Kurt Ferris. He's a Basset Hound, calm, dependable, and perfectly content winning 13-10 at the same pace as always.
That's right. Basset Hounds aren't necessarily the cutest dogs.
I had a Basset Hound when I was little.
Yeah, I love those dogs.
His name was Floyd.
Floyd, okay.
Yeah. They look like the dog that Roscoe Pico Train had.
I was saying those are like good hunting dogs, right?
Yeah. You ever watch the Dukes of Hazzard?
I like the modern one with Jessica Simpson.
You don't know the real Daisy? Daisy
No,
Duke?
no.
Oh,
I
man.
I've seen pictures and stuff. I've never watched it.
Oh man, you missed a good show right there. All right, Bob. Up next for the dog breeds, Mike Locksley. They say he is a boxer, friendly, energetic, and always one moment away from making things chaotic.
Yeah, sometimes you do these lists and you're like, I don't really get it. These are pretty good.
Yeah. All right. Kyle Whittingham, Michigan. He's a Rottweiler, tough, disciplined, and not remotely impressed by your recruiting stars.
Yeah, Rottweiler, good dogs.
All right. Pat Fitzgerald. He's an Irish setter. He's old school, loyal, and fueled by enough energy to run through a wall.
I don't even know. I'm looking it up. I don't know what an Irish setter is.
Yeah, me neither. I forgot. Next, PJ Fleck. He's a golden retriever, maximum enthusiasm and relentless, positively turning every walk into a life psychology.
Man, golden retrievers are awesome. They're some of the most happy dogs there are.
All right, here we come with Matt Rule. Let me bring it down a little bit. Matt Rule is a German Shepherd. Seriously hardworking and rebuilding the whole property one fence post at a time.
Well, there you go. Getting some respect. I like that. German Shepherd's a good dog.
All right, David Brum from Northwestern is a Border Collie. I love Border Collies. My favorite dog.
Yeah.
Smart, originated, and probably already watched film on the neighborhood squirrels.
That's right. Those are smart dogs. Some of the smarter ones.
All right.
I think they herd sheep, don't they?
Yeah. I got a Border Collie now.
Yeah.
I got a short hair Border
Is he the smartest of your group?
The old one was. I think the miniature Australian Shepherd is kind of smarter than
Got him beat. Okay.
Yeah, because just the way they act.
Yeah.
Two totally different personalities. All right, Bob. Ryan Day from Ohio State is a standard poodle. Polished and highly trained, yet still judged for every single muddy paw print.
I like it. The explanation helps out quite a bit. I was going to say at first, you're kind of a national champion coach, a poodle. I don't know. And I had poodles when I was younger, too, when I was growing up. I love poodles. Don't get me wrong. They're just not the toughest dogs, I guess.
Yeah. Dan Landon is a Bulgarian malice or something. Hyper aggressive, fearless, and treating 4th and 8 like an invitation.
Yeah, I'm not too. I don't know too much about that dog either.
Me neither. No Bulgarian dogs. All right, Matt Campbell, Penn State, is a Labrador retriever, reliable and respected with a friendly vibe and enough strength to drag a defense with him.
Fair enough.
All right, Barry Odom from Purdue is a Australian cattle dog, tough, stubborn, and happiness doing the unpleasant job nobody else wants.
Takes a shot at Purdue there.
Yeah. All right. Greg Schiano is a cane corso, protective, intimidated, and deeply committed to defending his territory. Yeah, he kind of reminds me of him.
Yeah, I can see that.
A little Mighty Mouse guy.
What type of mastiff those guys are, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bob Chesney is a Jack Russell Terrier, confident, relentless, and ready to attack a problem 5 times his size.
Oh, man. Jack Russell Terriers are awesome, too.
All right. Lincoln Riley is a Afghan hound. Stylish and expensive looking with immaculate hair and no desire for defense questions.
Man, those are beautiful dogs, so that is fair. Yeah, I like that.
All right, Jed Fisher is a Siberian Husky, talkative, ambitious, and always ready for the next adventure or sudden relocation.
Who's that?
Jed Fisher.
Oh, Jed Fish. Okay, yeah. Okay, I can see it.
All right, here we go. The last one is Luke Fickle. He's an American Staffordshire Terrier. Strong, intense, and determined to prove the whole program is still tough.
I know those terriers usually are barking quite a bit, so he's gonna have to do that again. I still can't, and this is obviously still off topic, but I still can't believe their selection of ED there with Sean Eichhorst. Just seems like they are determined to go through what Nebraska went through.
Yeah, Gorilla Bear says, I was trying to say that Bulgarian something. But he says the special force breed.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
I'll have to look that up. I'm still not familiar with them.
D-Man said Daisy Duke was my first love. So
yeah.
Yeah, Bach, you should have watched it when we started.
Like I said, I got the Jessica Simpson era, and that was okay too.
She's the wrong one. Daisy Duke was the real one.
She was still pretty good in the Daisy Duke.
Look, Jessica Simpson is no match to Daisy Duke. Period. Gorilla Bastard, basically a German Shepherd on steroids. Whoa, I like to see that one. All right, Bach, let's go to break. And when we come back, we'll talk a little bit more college sports, and then we'll talk about a guy who signed a contract in the NFL. We'll talk about that more next, coming up on Bock the Blackshirt, 93.7 The Ticket. We'll be right back.
Graham Tire presents life's greatest adventures.
Okay, take the worm, put it on the hook. Now bring your pole back and throw it forward. And just let the fish come to you.
I got a bite! It's a big one, Dad!
Great road trips start with great service. Graham Tire, your tire store next door, with 5 convenient Lincoln locations, getting you to the places that matter most.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier, furry friends.
Nebraskans love beef, but they love bison too. Tetmar Buffalo produces and sells all-natural, grass-fed bison meat from here in Nebraska. Never had bison before? Call or text Trent at 402-875-1198 to place an order or learn more about Tetmar Buffalo. There's nothing like a good local sandwich shop, and that's exactly why Sid's Deli and Subs is here in Lincoln. Stop by Sid's on the south side of 33rd and Cornhusker for fresh-cut meat and cheese on fluffy, fresh bread. Sid's Deli and Subs open 10:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. on the weekdays and 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. on the weekends.
Did you know 1 in 5 Nebraskans have unclaimed property? This includes dormant bank accounts, uncashed checks, and more. Last year, Nebraska returned nearly $20 million to owners, but there's still unclaimed property in all 93 counties. Visit nebraskalostcash.gov. Search your name or business's name. It's free, easy, and secure. nebraskalostcash.gov. Sponsored by the Nebraska State Treasurer's Office. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Rick Heyman here from Sauter Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sauter Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at sauterheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines, unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge, with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
Do you ever feel okay in your current job and profession, but wonder if there's a better company that can offer more? Vision Mechanical is now hiring for journeyman plumbers and HVAC service technicians. Vision Mechanical offers top-of-the-industry wages, 100% paid health, disability, and life insurance, 401k with employee match, and paid holidays and vacation. Vision Mechanical believes in craftsmanship, teamwork, and building a better future, one project at a time. Apply today or learn more at visionmechanical.net or email Ron at vmech.net.
Is there anything worse than paying for something that's done half-assed? You buy something, you want it to work, especially when it comes to your internet. When you're trying to stream a movie, work from home, or shop online, half-assed internet doesn't get it done. At Allo Fiber, we don't do anything half-assed. We offer 100% real fiber and real human support that serves the community from the community. So while others may say they have fiber, in the end, there's half-fast fiber, and then there's Allo Fiber. Allo Fiber, internet built for you.
Hi, it's Sean Callahan here with Koppel Chevrolet GMC in Louisville. Koppel is proud to be the highest rated GMC dealer in the Omaha and Lincoln areas based on Google reviews. Right now, get 0% financing for 60 months on new Silverado and Sierra 1500 models. But hurry, the 0% financing offer won't last long. Visit us in Louisville or check us out online at koppelcars.com.
For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
To Bock The Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We're on Monday through Friday from 2 to 4. All right, Jake Bachman, let's see where we're going to start at now. 1171 says, Farley, what's your record prediction with losses to who? Why did you want to do that so fast?
We're going to do it first day of fall camp. Jump into it.
I'll give him a snit bigger.
At least what you're feeling today. Yeah.
Win.
Ohio win.
Win.
Bowling Green win.
Win.
Over North Dakota, 3-0.
60-40.
So you still got them winning Michigan State at Michigan State.
45-50.
You still like Maryland at
I love
Nebraska.
I think Maryland might sneak up on us.
Could happen.
I mean, you can get better, and teams can get better. They had 2 freshman defensive ends last year. That's probably going to wreak havoc. They got a great little quarterback. It was a good game, Bach.
It was last year, but they lost, 8 to at the end of the year?
Yeah. Still can
be tough for them to turn around. We'll see.
Loss? Indiana.
Indiana, so you got them back-to-back losses here.
No, I'll say, yeah, let's go there.
Yeah.
Who's after that?
So at Oregon.
Lost.
So they started out, 4? Now they're 4-3 versus Washington on Halloween.
What their record is now?
Washington last year had 9 wins.
4-4 now.
Okay. At Illinois, a Friday.
4-5, Bob.
4-5 in November. All right. At Rutgers.
5-5, Bob.
5-5. Ohio State at home.
5-6, Bob.
It all comes down to at Iowa, Kinnick Stadium. 5-6 to make it to a bowl game.
5-7.
He's predicting no bowl game at this point.
Yeah.
Hopefully you get a little bit more optimistic.
Well, you have to show me.
Yeah?
I'm not from Missouri, but you got to show me.
Yeah.
So I'm not, I'm not giving away cake games this year. I think after the first 4 games, every game is 50-50 when you look at what Pat Fitzgerald can do at Michigan State. Not a bad team. He knows Big Ten football. He knows Nebraska. He knows Matt Rule. You look at Maryland, who played close last year, didn't end the way they wanted to. Still going to be a close game. Indiana, they're getting guys that's coming back. You got 2 guys that might come back. So, that's it. That you talk about a defensive lineman that had 19 tackle for losses last year, hurt himself in the national the game right before the national championship, hurt himself. Now you look at a team like Washington, who I think very well has the biggest, baddest offensive line in the Big Ten when you look at their size. And then the Ohio State. I mean, can they replace that defense? Then you go to Iowa. So, it's a stacked season, Bach, against us. But at the same time, these guys still got to go out there. I want you to prove that you're a good football team.
Yeah, absolutely. And I get it. I mean, I'm nervous about that Michigan State Maryland game too. Both those games, I should say. Specifically, I know you're a little bit more nervous about Maryland. I'm a little bit more nervous about Michigan State. Pat Fitzgerald, but particularly Kenneth Williams, the former Husker kickoff return man, could make the difference in that game. And obviously this year around, he's wearing Michigan State colors. So, I am a little bit nervous about that game. We'll have to see how it goes. I mean, and to your point, part of that is just both those games last year were maybe closer than what they should have been. And we'll have to see. So, I mean, if Nebraska's offense can kind of get going, especially early in the season, maybe be able to outpace those teams, but those could be interesting games. Nebraska, hopefully, by the time they hit Indiana, maybe you slip one up is no worse than 4-1, because that's when the schedule gets pretty difficult. Indiana, Oregon, Washington, Illinois, Rutgers, Ohio State, Iowa. But a lot of this, and of course, we're always going to look at the top games. You're going to, how the Iowa game's always going to leave kind of the final taste in your mouth of what the season was like. But I still contend, between Michigan State and Maryland, that's kind of its own kind of one part of it. Take care of that before the season really kicks off. But to me, Washington, Illinois, Rutgers, that 3-game stretch, that's going to be very important. Might not be as important as again, those top end games of getting the nation's attention and really get the program in full swing. Don't get me wrong. I'd much rather beat Oregon or Indiana than Washington and Illinois. But I think when we talk about realistically where this team is, those are 2 9-win teams. Rutgers, a team that went to a bowl. They got the extension, the invitation to go. But more than anything for me is their running back, Antoine Raymond, maybe the best running back in the Big Ten. In Nebraska, as we know, hopefully by then we'll have the rush defense fixed and not have any problem there. But Washington, Illinois, and Rutgers, I think that when we look back at this season, October 31st to November 14th, got to at least, again, kind of win 2 or 3 of those games at least. And if you win 3 of them, I think you got a chance to do something, maybe get to 8 wins here.
All right, Bach, let's move on. Now we're just going to talk about some random college football stuff, Bach. Penn State season opener, they will have a stripe out.
A stripe out, okay.
Yes, so they will wear blue and white. See how coordinated that is, Bach? We should have a red out for our first game,
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, or we could try some stripes some point.
Yeah, we the Huskers. We should do that. All right, Bach, in other news, Notre Dame and Wisconsin new uniforms that they will be wearing in week 1 matchup are being added to college football 27 tomorrow.
Well, good. Yeah, the video game's got to update you. You got to wear the latest uniforms. You can't it's supposed to be for the season. You can't go out there and after that game goes on, you'd be missing it.
Yeah, you're right, Bob. Also, Bob, Akron College football will let one fan call the plays on the opening drive of their first home game.
Yes, it is. It is crazy. So you got to be a season ticket holder. Then you're going to be put into a drawing, and one lucky fan will get to call the plays for their game. Now they're taking on Robert Morris, who was 3-9 last year in the FCS, so they feel like they've got the advantage.
I see why.
Yeah, maybe you can go ahead and get it done here. I was considering. I mean, I kind of want to do that. Now you don't have much chance of win. There's 30,000 seats in Akron's home building, home stadium. I'm sure they don't sell it out, so I don't know how much of that would be. But you can get some season tickets for $75. So maybe some of us should just buy some Akron season tickets and see if we can.
Maybe we can go to
maybe get the drawing.
Maybe we can go to Costco.
Yeah, it might even get a cheaper deal at Costco.
Maybe we could. Two-time national champion Todd Euler's in the house. Whoop, whoop. What's up, my guy?
Sorry, man. I was late.
You okay, man? Hey, some people got to live, man. You got to. Hey, sometimes two incomes are better than one.
New hours, so it allowed me to be here later. So it's nice.
What would your call be at first play?
Fullback dive. No,
Yeah.
I always
fullback trap.
Because I always think you're a fullback.
I did play fullback a little.
Yeah.
But I would fullback trap.
Yeah. Something. I'll probably run the option. Let me go.
Oh yeah, there you go. That'd be kind of fun.
I'm trying to learn how to run the option. I'm trying to learn how to run RPOs on college football 27. I haven't ran one yet because I don't want to fumble it when I do it. So I know it's you use the R1 to L2 L1 to pitch it, but I haven't ran an RPO yet because my running game is just so good.
Yeah.
They make you learn all those buttons now. That's probably I like getting on video games. You can just button smash. But
I missed the A/B, up, down, left, right.
Yeah, you're talking about Contra.
Yeah.
All right, Bob, let's go to break. And when we come back, we'll listen to two-time national champion Todd Euler as we prepare to let him get in on Window World Wednesday here on 93.7 The Ticket. Bock in the Black Shirt. We'll be right back.
Salt Mine City is your go-to brewery in the Haymarket for craft beers and great food. Enjoy a full menu of great items daily for lunch and dinner, like their big fatty 7-ounce hamburger or a Reuben sandwich served on Blackstone rye bread. And don't forget their beef or chicken nachos with guacamole, sour cream, jalapenos, and more. Wash it down with one of their 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager. Salt Mine City, now open 2 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 11 a.m. Friday through Sunday at 8th and R. If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Played Against Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. It's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear that you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Played Against Sports at 48th and Vine.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier, furry friends.
Is there anything worse than paying for something that's done half-assed? You buy something, you want it to work, especially when it comes to your internet. When you're trying to stream a movie, work from home, or shop online, half-assed internet doesn't get it done. At Allo Fiber, we don't do anything half-assed. We offer 100% real fiber and real human support that serves the community from the community. So while others may say they have fiber, in the end, there's half-fast fiber, and then there's Allo Fiber. Allo Fiber, internet built for you.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines, unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge, with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
93.7 The Ticket is Lincoln's home for Kansas City Royals baseball in 2026. Catch all the action as Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and a pitching rotation led by Cole Reagans try to lead the Royals back to the postseason. That's Kansas City Royals baseball all summer long. On the air in Lincoln at 93.7 The Ticket.
Put lawn irrigation on automatic. Think Judson Irrigation for worry-free service to Lincoln homeowners and business community. Judson Irrigation will turn on your sprinkler system in the spring, repair or redesign as needed, and turn it off in the fall. For service to orphan sprinklers, remember Judson Irrigation. They'll never forget you.
Call the Judson Irrigation Orphanage 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends. That's the greatest compliment we can receive. If you've been in an accident, we'll get you back in your vehicle as quickly as possible. Our technicians care about you and your family and repair your vehicle to factory standards. We handle your claim from start to finish and provide a free loaner car. Stop by for a free estimate. Eustace Body Shop in Eustis, Cozad, Grand Island, Kearney, Lexington, and Lincoln.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
You started your business to build something special. Now it's time to grow and protect it. At Pinnacle Bank, our treasury management services help you do just that. Through smarter payment technology, account administration, and fraud protection. So no matter the size of your business, you can get the most out of your financial operations. Request your free consultation at pinbank.com/consult. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be. Member FDIC.
Did you know 1 in 5 Nebraskans have unclaimed property? This includes dormant bank accounts, uncashed checks, and more. Last year, Nebraska returned nearly $20 million to owners, but there's still unclaimed property in all 93 counties. Visit nebraskalostcash.gov. Search your name or business's name. It's free, easy, and secure. nebraskalostcash.gov. Sponsored by the Nebraska State Treasurer's Office. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Bock the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Window World Wednesday, and now we have two-time national champion Todd Euler on the mic.
What's up?
What's up?
Woo, man. Love our Window World Wednesday. I literally was just about to tell you guys off the air. Went out to do an appointment at noon today, and walked up to the house and introduced myself. I'm Todd with Window World, and it's like, "What's your last name?" And I'm like, "Euler," and he's like, "You're on the ticket." And I'm like, "Yep." Nice. So Window World Wednesdays. I'm like, "Yep." So, oh wow, it was pretty cool. So it's always nice to get recognized a little bit. Sometimes it can be scary though.
Well, next time, come on time a little bit. Now I'm just playing you.
Yeah. So, you changed the time on me, so I was like, "Oh, that's even better." I got more time.
I changed the time on you.
It just got changed. So, but yeah. So no, nothing crazy this last week. Just excited. Fall ball's here. Obviously, Trent in super go mode. They had a little conditioning. He texted me yesterday. He goes, "Going into conditioning test." And I go, have fun with that. And he's like, "I crushed it." So
Nice.
What did they do for conditioning?
I don't. He didn't. I didn't get to talk to him last night. Just a couple quick texts, but they had a conditioning test, and he's like, he's told me all. He's like, Dad, I'm in the best shape of my life. Like, and it was funny because we were talking about workouts, and he's like, oh, this is stupid, and that, like kids normally do. And he goes, but I'm doing this and this and this, and I'm like, so maybe it's working. He's like, yeah, I guess, whatever. Well, yeah, it might be working, right? So, not just man. I know you guys said 31 days. I was listening to you. I'm, on my drive to my appointment, and then on the drive back to here. 31 days. Can't come fast, and I'm sure it'll go pretty quick. But just looking forward to it. And then Window World's just been busy, man. We've been running and gunning and all over the place. I was in Nebraska City for an appointment last week, different places. So yeah, it's been good. It's been good. My little brother Tommy, who owns the Window World, his daughter got engaged this last couple days, like 3 days ago. So
Wow.
Yeah, just got engaged. So we got that. The family's growing. The Euler family's getting bigger and bigger. So my daughter got moved home to Norfolk. She starts her job August 23rd as a dermatologist. So if you're in Northeast Nebraska and you need a dermatologist, my daughter is starting her career there at Faith Health. Used to be called Faith Regional. Now it's called Faith Health.
So you have two granddaughters?
Two granddaughters, yep.
Okay. No boys yet.
No boys.
I got you beat. My son's having a boy.
He's having a boy?
Yeah.
Man,
boy,
I'm
yeah.
surrounded by a lot of girls. So I have 3 daughters and 2 granddaughters and 1 son. So coming from a family of all boys, it's
How many
good.
Euler boys is it? 4?
There's 5 of us.
Okay.
Well, there's 4 now. Yeah, there was 5 of us. Yeah, before Tyrone passed. But yeah, so Troy has 4 kids, 3 boys, 1 girl. Tony has 5, 3 boys. No, 3 girls.
How do they get
2
all
boys.
y'all in the family reunion picture?
Yeah, they don't. And then I have 4 kids.
Yeah.
And let's see, Troy has 2 grandkids. Tony has 2 grandkids. I have 2 grandkids, and then that's it for grandkids.
The bad part of I was talking about my niece the other day because she went to nationals and ran for 14-year-old.
Yeah.
And won 2 national titles. And I caught myself. I said, well, she's not my niece. She's my great niece.
Great niece.
Yeah. I'm to the great nieces.
Yeah, you're
and
to the great
nephews.
nieces. Yeah.
That lets you know you're old right
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Especially a 14-year-old.
Yeah. So
yeah. So I have, let's see, who's the oldest? I think Marley is the oldest group. No. Paul's kid is like 2 months older than Marley. So his daughter is the oldest grandkid. But yeah, a lot of fun. Grandkids are awesome. So they moved into a house right down the street from us.
Okay.
So when I'm home on Friday, Saturday, Sundays, then I was there on Friday, and the neighbor came over and gave him a welcome basket. It was pretty nice. And they had their senior daughter with her. She's like, I can babysit anytime. I'm like, weeknight or weekends are mine.
Yeah.
Like you can babysit all you want during the week.
Is Norfolk one of those towns you can leave the door open?
Yeah, for the most part. Like,
okay,
it's a really relaxed community, and there's really not a bad part of town. You can get across the whole thing in less than 10 minutes, right? So usually I always say it's 8 minutes from my house to anywhere in town. So it's just a nice little community, and enjoy, raising kids there and that kind of thing. And, but I do love being in Lincoln during the week and, meeting all the people that I get out and talk to about their windows, their siding, their roofing, those kinds of things. It's been awesome, and we still have not closed on the sale of the Columbus, Norfolk, and Sioux City Window World locations that my brothers are buying. And but I did have a nice talk with the Husker, I don't know what you call it, promotions. Our goal is to become the official window of Husker football. But I don't know what the price tag is going to be. It's looking So we're working on that. Was in there this morning talking to them about that and about how we can partner with Husker football and Window World and drive some more eyes to Window World and and just have that branding with Husker football. And that's obviously my older brother playing here, myself, my younger brother, and my son. We feel Husker football is in our blood, and we kind of want that to be part of the Window World game as well. So
now
we talked about this, guys. We talked about today having that Acres tractor pulling a trailer with a great big Window World window.
Oh, there you go.
And having somebody, they've got to be able to chuck it through the top part of the window to win the prize. So
okay,
yeah,
broken glass you're talking about.
Well,
there,
we
huh?
won't put glass. We've already thought that through, Terrell. We won't put glass in it. It'll be open.
You got Cigar Guy says, shout out to Window World. We had a window we brought from the world of windows in Sliding before you took over. Son broke the window. They came out and checked to see if they still made the same window, and sure enough, they did. And they were able to replace the side that broke instead of the whole thing.
Awesome.
Great customer service.
Awesome, man. Yeah, and that's the one thing that I think that most people don't take into consideration when replacing windows is our warranty, right? Like you break it for any reason, we replace it. There's no questions asked. It's a lifetime glass breakage warranty, a lifetime frame warranty. And then, even the minor things that could go wrong with it, it's a service charge fee. We're not going to charge for parts or any of that stuff. It's a minor fee to get your window back on track and where it needs to be if it is out of that 5-year, normal wear and tear warranty. So, we stand behind it. We're not going anywhere, right? Like we're not, you can't go to, the big box stores and buy the same quality of window. And I know a lot of other, window replacement companies will say, well, how come their price is so much lower than yours? Because we do more windows than everybody else, right? So we're able to pass on those savings to the community. So don't get bushwhacked into thinking you need to pay more. You don't. I can always charge you more, but and don't wait. Like I told a lady 2 weeks ago, I said, hey, like this is the least expensive your windows are ever going to cost you. It's only going up. I literally was out at one. So I saw this lady on February 5th of 25 and she couldn't make a decision. And she called me back out. That's where I was today. It was literally $2,000 more.
Oof.
Same quote, just because she waited a year in 5 months, right? Like things aren't getting cheaper. Once again, our profit margins are still the same. We're passing on the increase from manufacturing from different things, right? So, the time, if you're going to do it and winter's coming, I mean, it's nice out there today. I think it was 64 last time I checked. I don't know what it is now, but you're going to want those windows in a couple months here and be like, we should have called sooner, and it always happens. People, we get the first cold front and people start calling like, oh, we need new windows. And we're like, we're 6 to 8 weeks. Right. Like, and that's a lot better. When I first started with Tommy, 2.5 years ago, it was 12 weeks. So we've got that. We've brought on some new crews that are doing awesome. Just got a couple more 5-star reviews from installs this last couple weeks. And, it's fun to work with a company that stands behind their stuff as well as Window World does. And then we get it to them at such a reasonable price. So just a really good business model, really good people. And then, I think a lot of people ask us, what do you guys, what do you donate to? Well, people don't realize like Window World Corporate takes a proceed of every single window that any Window World location sells and donates it to St. Jude. I think they're over $18 million donated to St. Jude. We've got Folds of Honor that we donate to. We've got a veteran air flight that we donate to, and then we've got some kind of dogs for veterans that we donate to. I should have that in front of me what it's actually called. But I think we donate the training of 2 golden retrievers that go to vets that need them, right? So, there's a lot of awesome stuff that we do in the philanthropic world through Win the World as well, and just proud to be a part of that and everything that Win the World corporate stands for. So just great company to work for. Obviously, we wouldn't be expanding if we didn't think that. And once again, it comes down to the communities. We love serving these communities and not only bringing energy efficiency but curb appeal to people's houses when they need new stuff. So it's just been a blessing for me to get to do this Tuesday through Thursday, every week. And it's going to just be even more fun because we're adding locations and I'm going to get busier.
All right.
So,
that's good, man.
Let me see if you can agree with this. Mr. Blitzkrieg says, let's go Norfolk Catholic. No?
No. It's my arch rival.
Okay. Well, maybe not so much.
And I'm blessed to do the Power Hour on Saturday too, guys. And we've had some really good shows over the summer, but we've since sports, I've had a couple different health professionals on, things like that. I'm hoping August 22nd, we're doing a thing from, I can't remember DP.
Wordstock, yeah.
Wordstock. My show's going to kick that off Saturday, August 22nd. We're going to hopefully have Anna Davis, former Iowa Hawkeye volleyball player, on the show. My goal is obviously to talk, sports, but also fitness and health and mindset. And we did a lot of that over the summer. So I'm excited to get back in and start talking about sports. Really want to, reiterate how much I love, Nebraska high school football. And that's right around the corner. It's going to be interesting. Obviously, I think a lot of people are going to go watch Trey Taylor play at Millard South. Yeah. There's a big thing there. So we got a lot going on coming up, and it's just, I can't wait. I can't wait to hear the boom.
Football's back.
Yeah, here comes the boom. Football's back. It's going to be a lot of fun. So.
All right, 93.7 The Ticket, Window World Wednesday with two-time national champion Todd Euler. This is Terrell Farley. He's Jake Bockerman. We'll see you tomorrow.
Nebraskans love beef, but they love bison too. Tetmar Buffalo produces and sells all-natural, grass-fed